Hello everybody, welcome to Swindler's Den. My name is BakaZombie, and tonight we are back once again, with Glory of the Giants. It's been a minute, it's been a hot minute, but we're flowing back in all at once onto your subscription feeds. So if you haven't already, or need to, hit the bell button so you get notified when all of our shows are coming back.
Ding.
Ding, and subscribe if you haven't done that either. But with that, let's introduce these players. You guys have missed them. I haven't. But we're gonna start with Grizlocke.
Hey everybody.
Stuff in your character. It's been a minute.
Yeah, hey everybody. It's been a few months, so bear with us as we get back into character. I'm gonna be probably a pirate tonight. But thank you all for being patient while I got this whole thing situated. The short of it is, bought a house that's old, had really crappy wiring, had to be replaced, took us a really long time. So, but our show should be rolling out, like Baka said, once again, as I'm getting everything finally settled in and resituated. So if there's any weird stuff this episode, technical side should get ironed out the more I get to kind of fiddle around with stuff. But anyways, I'll be playing Kelborn Kerrigan, the Ranger Fighter. I remembered his class. That's a point for me. That's it, right? He's a half elf.
Oh, sure enough. Speaking of weird things happening in this episode, we've got Barely Caffeinated.
Hey, I'm Barely Caffeinated. You can find me over at Crits and Coffee on YouTube, where I do, playing through Baldur's Gate 3 again, and also doing the Shattered Obelisk with a few of the people here as well. Tonight I'll be playing as Siegfried, the Grave Domain Cleric of Ilmater, and he's an ASMR.
Speaking of being an ASMR, we've got DrPhage.
Hey, I'm DrPhage or Adam. You can find me on Twitter at Little Growth. You can also find me over playing the Shattered Obelisk on Crits and Coffee, and on the Interdimensional Library. We've got things coming out on there as well, on Gluttony and Earth. But tonight I am playing Benjamin Koalana Jr., the half-elf warlock of Miriandra.
And speaking of Glutton Earth, we got Kyle.
Not the Glutton Earth. Hey, it's me, Kyle. I'm playing Kefhorn, the half-elf fighter paladin. You can find me here, there, wherever you are.
Wherever.
I don't think I can complete the the thing, or we'll get copyrighted.
Fair enough. But our group last time, it's been a hot minute, so a little bit of a recap here. Last time our group had went to the High Moor to find who they thought was Korosinos, an ancient black dragon, only to find actually his father, Methuselah, the eldest of dragons, one of the first on this here planet. They spoke with him, trying to get him to join their side, and he agreed only in return that because he is the alpha of dragons, and though they'll listen to him for this call to arms, after that they will all be looking to usurp him. So he bound the group to helping him against this onslaught of other dragons after the fight is over against the giants, as well as allowing him to find a new domain to call his den. They agreed with fingers crossed behind their backs, and as he burrowed his way out of his hiding place, the group stole some treasures and made their way out as well. On their way going south towards Greenest, Kelborn's home, to see if Siegfried can heal his mother. They did see the start of the dragons grouping, coalescing, I don't know the correct word for that, as a blue dragon flew over them in the middle of the night. They continued south and made it to Greenest, with the swiftest going right to Kelborn's home, where his mother was, and Siegfried was able to work his divine magics with the help of his celestial parentage and heal Kelborn's mother of this illness that had been uncurable up till this point. And as Kelborn and Siegfried embraced, this is where we return back to our story. So you find yourselves in Kelborn's home, not one that he's known all of his life, but for part of it at least. His mother now resting after being healed, being able to have some of the most peaceful rest that she's had for many years. And you are all here in this moment.
So this is like a next day situation?
Yeah, we'll go
Okay.
with the next day situation.
So, where do we start? What do you want to see first? The tree I broke my elbow falling out of, or the rock that I used to throw other rocks at?
I would, whatever you think would be the most interesting to start with.
I just kind of scan around the area. I walk over to like an old. Actually, no, barbed wire didn't exist. I walk over to an old fence. Like, this is where I tried to climb over, and it caught my trousers, and I was hanging there for a few hours before my mother came and found me. It's a wonderful memory.
As lovely as I'm sure Greenest is, do you want to spend more time with your mother?
Yes, absolutely.
As she's recovering?
Yes.
Yes, you certainly go and spend time with her. You don't need
Thank
to
you.
entertain us.
And again, Siegfried, thank you so much. I still can't believe it. It's a miracle. You're
Of course, anything
a miracle.
for a good friend. You should be with her, though.
We did kind of move to the next morning, but Siegfried, you would have woken up with some changes this morning. If you want to describe any of that.
Oh, yeah. So, Siegfried's, he had those wings on his temples have now closed over his eyes, and the halos that you had seen as he ascended, power up, whatever it's called, I don't remember anymore, are now corporeal. They're able to be seen, and you can see there's two of them that are kind of angled around his head, and all of those eyes looking about on those halos.
Very sick, very sick.
I will also say, if you do not already have, what's the word? What's the spell? What's the cantrip? Spare the Dying. You have that now. And also, once a day you can use Greater Restoration for free.
Ooh.
Be helpful when one of us gets petrified again.
Yes.
It's never happened before.
As coming into your purpose of your creation, you have unlocked new powers, but know that your job isn't done. Though you healed this sickness, the sickness has spread to more than just Kelborn's mother. So you know that this is something you'll probably be doing for a while. You don't know where people are that have contracted this, but you are the only one that can save them.
I imagine did Kelborn go back to his mother?
Yeah, you guys see me at the door. I yell, "Ma, I'm getting married."
And he'll kind of just say to the side with Kevhorn and Benjamin, this isn't even scratching the surface of things that I'll need to fix. This disease has gone far and wide.
Well, if you need help or want assistance as you're traveling, certainly let us know if we can be of any assistance during that.
Still a step in the right direction. A win's a win.
Certainly, yes.
I did also think of this, and I feel like it's probably already a few days too late. Could you send a message to the First Knight Dundril? Just to let him know that the dragon is coming and is on our side? Feel like I slightly overlooked that when we sent him there. Totally meant to send it right away, and then we kind of just left, and then we got distracted. So just
yeah, I vaguely remember saying something in the last session, but I don't think we actually sent a message.
Out of character, someone was afflicted with dragon madness, and we got a little distracted.
No, that didn't happen. It wasn't mentioned in the recap.
Yeah, there was no dragon madness, no being turned to stone. Okay, guys. None of that's
a lot of revisionist history on this when we've restarted now.
But yeah, Siegfried would send a message just saying, I don't know how specific you want me to be, but just saying that the dragon heading towards them is friendly.
If you say so.
Assuming they're not dead already.
It doesn't just say that, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just use up the spell slot. That message is conveyed.
Okay, good.
And confirms that it was conveyed.
Oh, do you still see out of your head, or where the eyes are as he's waving around his trident?
I see in a much different way now. Not just you, but your entire essence. You're almost like seeing your soul.
I do have one.
Well, of course, you don't have red hair.
What is it that you
shots fired
in this town of Greenest?
Kelborn's like grabs his chest like randomly somewhere. It's like
yeah, what is your guys' plan? Kelborn is spending time with his mother in the house.
Is there anything else in Greenest? I mean, it seems like a pretty small town.
Yeah, it's not the biggest town, but there is like a smaller market. It's not like a full market. It's just like a singular shop, if you will. There is the large like ramparts in the center of town on a hill. I don't know. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
The ramparts, does that seem like it's like a keep for the leader of this town, or just like a general military like defensive position?
A little bit of both.
Okay. Do we want to I don't know. Greenest is slightly south of where we need to be. I know it's west, but I forget exactly like how close we are to the Forge Mountains or whatever.
So you're generally in this area. and you want to. The storm horns is where you heard fire giants were.
Oh, okay, yeah, so we're quite a bit away. Okay. That kind of kills what I was gonna do, because I was gonna ask if they had seen anything, but we're way further away than I thought we were. Okay.
I know I ask this every time, but is there a church?
Yes.
Before we leave, I would like to stop by the church.
Yes.
Not important at the moment, though.
I mean, I think we can certainly take a stroll through town, if nothing else, as Kelborn's catching up with his mother.
It's interesting seeing small towns like this, having grown up in a big city like Baldur's Gate, throwing
Okay,
rocks at other rocks for fun.
Yes, it's certainly a different speed of life. I spent some time up in Icewind Dale, and many of the towns up there are like this as well, where they have their bit of economy, but there isn't much outside influence.
Makes me wonder, though, what was childhood like for the both of you?
I grew up in Luskin. Both my parents were wizards there. And we grew up in Luskin, in the wizard towers there. It was nice. I have fond memories of them. My mother was quite the socialite, having people over and all sorts of magical displays in the living room and things like that.
Well, you know that I lived on the pier, and other than growing up with a deathly visage of me, it's that. Grew up as a fisherman.
And you were raised by the church, weren't you, correct?
Yes, orphaned as long as I can remember. I say I appeared on the doorstep of the Temple of Ilmater, and Father Albert took me in, raised me. I helped with the grounds and worship every day.
We've at least solved the mystery of where you appeared from now.
Yes, who would have thought?
Indeed.
Yes, you as you exchange stories of your childhoods and upbringings, you kind of cross over the river because Kelborn's house is on the south side of the river. Into town, you see it is a very much an agricultural town. They have a grain mill. There's people going about. The baker's baking his bread like always. All that sort of stuff. smaller country town.
Kids are throwing rocks at rocks.
Yeah, there's multiple houses where kids are just throwing rocks at other rocks, not interacting with each other.
I can show them how to throw a rock.
But yeah, you see there's like a small marketplace where they're selling different kinds of fruits and vegetables and homemade items. And you do see there is a small chapel towards the center of town. Seems to have a lot of agricultural ideology. That's not the right word, but like
Iconography.
Iconography around it.
Can I try to see specifically who this is?
Yeah, roll me a religion.
19.
19. You would be able to tell from all this iconography that this would be a chapel to Ashante. She's Earth Mother, very much a parallel to Sylvanas. but very much like the goddess of agriculture. Goddess of life and bounty, if you will.
Mm.
The
You said
picker.
Shavante?
What was that?
You said it was Shavante?
Shante. Chauntea.
Fonte.
Oh,
Appears to be a temple of Shantae.
I got your voice changed to say the name.
Siegfried really just wants to go inside and kind of more so offering a prayer to Ilmater to remove the suffering of this area and keep those protected within the town. And he'll make a small contribution to this temple as well.
Give me a religion check.
10.
10? Yeah. Your prayer is heard.
I'll give up my 66 copper.
Back at Kelborn's house, so what is it you're speaking with your mother about?
How do you feel about Kelborn pie tonight?
Oh, it's been a while, but I suppose I could make something up.
No, I mean, let me make it.
Oh, well, that's even better then, yes.
Is there anything you want to do today? Are you feeling energetic enough to go out and do something?
I mean, it's been a while since I've been able to even walk around. If you just wanted to walk with me,
Yeah.
see
How about
the town.
we walk around the town and buy stuff? We buy mashed potatoes and
Yes, we don't
carrots
buy 'em fast,
and
we do that
green.
ourselves.
Instant potatoes.
They come pre-mashed.
Potato powder. Yes, that would be lovely. How long are you and your friend staying? Is it going to be a while?
Oh,
I know it's a small place for all of you to stay, but
unfortunately, no, I don't think so. I have to figure out if I'm going to be honest. My friends and I were sort of mixed in something.
oh, it's nothing bad. I hope. Do you owe money to somebody?
No, nothing like that. Although, yes, we do owe a giant dragon, our loyalty.
Oh well. Be sure to take care of that before marriage. You don't want to go into a bond with somebody and drag all your debts in with them.
That's right. That's a good point. Yeah. The princess, though, I've actually earned quite a bit of favor. You'd think it, the bastard son, making a name for himself in the Fae.
Well, you are quite the charming young lad, so I don't doubt that they would be able to see through titles and get to know the real you. I can't wait to meet this lady, though.
You're gonna love her.
Oh, I'm sure I
Galliandra.
will. If she makes my son happy.
She does. She's
Very
the
good.
flower of my A.
Oh,
Other than
your
you.
eye. Sorry, I thought there was more of a sentence there. But it's your accent. I'm sorry.
It was a bit of a stutter.
I know. I think it's the accent of here. I can't remember where we determined this accent's from.
So, yes, let's go get stuff for Kelborn Pie, and I'll tell you all about her.
Oh, that sounds lovely. And she, it's. Oh,
Also, this is Finks. I don't think you've met before.
oh no. I can't remember Figg's voice. What she sound like?
She's just like
She was drunk all the time. I can't remember. Figgs flies on. No, we haven't met. I guess I also have your accent. I don't know if I did before. I think I did.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
We do. I do now. Unless I'll turn into Gabi if I don't.
This is
just
what
take
she
yours.
sounds like when she's not drunk.
But yes, your mother meets Sphinx, and and she gets ready to go outside for the first time in probably years at this point.
Mhm.
And you both head out to go shopping at the marketplace while you tell her of your fiancé.
Yeah. Yeah, I fill her in that we're saving the world and
Oh, you do tell
about
her.
the hippie man. That's a furbolg.
Oh.
Parvalar.
Tell her.
Oh.
His name.
And all the shenanigans we've been up to. Because I just don't have the heart to lie to her.
She does seem very concerned at first, but knows that you're traveling with friends and
Yeah.
that you are a strong young man.
I also point out that Siegfried definitely could bring me back from the dead if I died.
He seems like it. He had many eyes today.
Yeah, I don't know what that... I mean, I sort of know what that's about, but, you know, he's got a lot of eyes.
What are the rest of you getting up to, if anything? Or we can kind of mold everything into back at Kelborn's house at night when he's making the pie.
Yeah,
And
I don't have anything else to accomplish.
other than throwing rocks at a rock,
It is a grand pastime of greenest.
I have stone throw. I can show him how to throw a real rock.
Yeah, you throw a rock at a rock, just splitting in two. Kids in the town go insane.
if you kids keep throwing rocks at rocks, you can be just like me.
I can't wait to split a rock in half. I'm gonna keep
Mhm.
training all my life, mister. I'm gonna split 2 rocks in half at once.
I mean, it's something to aim for.
I'm a
It's
beacon of
big.
hope for these kids.
This is so stupid.
But you reconvene at Kelborn's house later that night after spending the day throwing rocks at rocks and shopping and praying and looking at the town. And Kelborn is making a pie. Kelborn's pie.
Yeah, it's just shepherd's
Um,
pie, but I just called it
just shepherd's
Kelborn's
pie.
pie.
Of
I thought
course.
I was being
That's
really
what I
creative. You know, like I was a kid and I came up with it, and it turns out it was just shepherd's pie.
Fair enough. Give me a performance. You're not gonna like make it awfully. You know how to make this, but
Hopefully there's
A
no
nat
cream cheese
20.
in it.
this is the best shepherd's pie
Waste
slash Kelborn's
of
pie that
roll.
you guys have ever had. This is Kelborn's signature recipe. Of course, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
But
And it's
also,
all fresh, natural ingredients.
Why haven't you been doing more of the cooking as we've been traveling? This is delicious.
Yeah,
this is the only thing I know how to make.
I eat your
Oh.
pie again every day.
I've mastered it. You know,
It's delicious.
It certainly is.
yeah. I hope the neighbors don't mind that I slaughtered their.
Excuse me.
You
They're cow
generally
for this.
wait a little bit after slaughtering an animal before you cook with it, so it's probably not the case. You don't just like slaughter it.
Wow, it's so juicy.
No, I did it this morning in preparation.
Oh, okay.
Just like half a cow.
Whole
carcass.
cow for a serving of shepherd's pie. I think shepherd's pie is made with lamb as well, not beef.
I think
It
No,
is.
it depends.
I think it's a different type then.
Yeah, cottage
Well,
pie
it's-
is made with beef.
It's Kelborn's pie.
Yeah, first of all, this is Kelborn's pie. Second of all, I looked it up. It's beef or lamb. You choose.
Dealer's choice. But shortly after dinner, your mother goes to bed. It's been her first day outside. It's been a big day, so she is tired. And she goes to bed early anyway. But the rest of you are up by the fire for the evening. to discuss either plans or you just chat about your childhoods or whatever comes across your mind as you begin to come drowsy from this large meal. You haven't really had a meal like this in quite a while. You've been traveling so much, eating rations and whatever Kelborn shoots. I mean, stabs. He doesn't have a bow anymore.
Splits in two.
just absolutely demolishes with a giant sword.
Yeah. Since being back and all the excitement, I've sort of forgotten what it was that we were doing. As if it's been months.
Well,
once we're done here, what's our next step?
The fire giants are in the Stormhorns northeast of here. So it was going to be our next stop.
And I'm pretty sure we settled on you. He's looking at you, Kelborn.
Oh, keeping the doohickey.
Yeah.
Totem, yes.
Totem. All right. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
We should also expect that they will be expecting us based off of our encounters with the cloud giants. I don't think our position is nearly as secretive as it was previously. Perhaps even after we've swindled the hill giants, I don't think it'll be as easy to swindle the fire giants. I think they'll be expecting us to appear.
Should we just go in guns blazing then?
That may be a bit strong, but I don't think diplomacy is going to be an option more than anything.
It was the fire giants that were trying to steal that, the anvil or something, right?
Yes. They also don't seem to have mobilized as much. When we spoke to Dasha, it seemed like there was not as much communication with the fire giants as opposed to a lot of the others. She didn't have any information as to what they were doing. I don't think we'll be able to get them on our side, but they also may not be working as closely with the other groups.
If there was some way of diplomacy, we could ask them what they wanted it for. I mean, we still don't know the what, the why. I would like to know. I mean, perhaps...
The possibility.
Or if we're looking for some sort of ambush situation, perhaps we pretend we're moving the anvil, or even move it.
I don't know if that's possible. The anvil is also very far away from here now.
True.
We also, in a bit of foreshadowing, we do have fire resistance potions that last for a day, but we should be prepared for a very inhospitable environment. If they are, I mean, fire giants, I think we lucked out with the frost giants, that it was a bit warmer in the north. We didn't have to deal as much with the cold environs as opposed to fire giants, which feel like they would live in a volcano. It just feels thematic.
Well, I'm not worried. Nobody here's gonna die with Siegfried around, so...
What if I'm the one to die?
I can kind of heal.
I just look at Siegfried like, oh, shit. No, you'll
Not
be
as cool
fine.
as the not as cool as the Larian ASMRs where I'm immortal and you can just pick me back up.
I don't know what that means. Alright, so should we go in the morning?
I mean, I don't want to rush your reunification with your mother, but if you're ready to go in the morning, then I think we could be ready as well.
Hey, no. I appreciate, you being thoughtful about that, but I don't know. I just want to get this business all settled so I can enjoy my life with my ma and my wife.
Understandable. Does everyone have their cool items that we got from the dragon equipped and on their character sheets? Because we got some pretty sweet things that I don't want to forget about.
Probably not, to be honest with you, because I don't remember what those things are.
I don't know why I have colors listed in my notes. What the heck is purple, white, blue, glowing white light?
Okay, so those are, we got 4 potions of fire resistance, and then we got 4 other types. Kelborn got an acid resistance, Siegfried got a cold, I got a poison, Kevhorn got a radiant. That's what the different colors
In case
were.
I need to fight. See,
So I have a potion of acid resistance, in my backpack. So the ring was the ring of air elemental command from the dragon?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I got. Okay, so I have it, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, there was a mirror, there was a ring, there was some sandals, there were some gloves. There was a different potion than all those resistance potions. I don't think anybody figured that out.
No,
there
we
was
haven't.
another ring, a staff, the Rubik's Cube, the flail, and I forget what this one is.
the
have a
double-sided short sword
Or,
Yes.
yeah.
that I think was poison. Like, not poison. It can cause poison damage.
Let's see if I could stop getting ads. That'd be the best thing in the world. You gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with magic weapon. While attuned, you have immunity to poison damage. You take the dash action. And when you take the dash action, the extra movement you gain is doubled. When you use the attack action of the sword, you can make 1 attack with this hand, guard, spike, treat as a dagger as a bonus action. You can use this action. You can use an action to cause indigo poison to coat the blade with the sword. The poison remains for 1 minute, or until 2 attacks using the blade of this weapon hit 1 or more creatures. So yeah, you have to use an action, and then it becomes poisoned.
Still think my trident's a little better.
Probably.
Am I don't think I'm proficient in short swords.
As a warlock.
You can have it if you want it.
I don't, because I only have simple weapons. I don't know if that counts as a simple weapon.
I just closed it.
No, I only have, I think it's a martial. Because I only have short bows.
And it requires attunement by a bard, fighter, ranger, or rogue.
Well, you didn't mention that.
I didn't think it necessary and also didn't look.
Okay.
All right.
So this is just gonna sit in my bag of holding.
Since we do have, because we have those other vials, the green sludge vials. Could I have spent some time trying to figure out what those are? Because we have 6 of them.
Yeah, do an Arcana. Is it 6 of the green sludge?
That's what I have written down, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case.
My notes are so awful that going throughout that months or looking at them is not the best for me.
I have. Oh no, I think it is just a vial.
Yeah,
it
it
was
is.
number 6 on the table. That's what it was. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's an 18 Arcana.
You would know that this liquid. It's not really a liquid because of how sludgy it is. But this elixir was made using troll's blood.
Okay, that's probably helpful.
Yes, so with an 18, I can tell you. Stop giving me ads. Upon drinking this dose of True Blood Elixir, you gain. Is this the right? This doesn't look right. Where's this from? I'll just look it up in the book. Give me a half a second. More than half a second.
2 seconds.
1,000 seconds, actually.
2 minutes.
The most you can give me.
Did I ever get a new longbow, or did I just never delete it off my character sheet?
I don't think you deleted it. I don't think you ever got a new one. I don't think you would have gotten a new one.
Yeah, I'll just delete it.
Page 59. This is not an actual D&D item. It's a Kobold Press item. This is why I don't have it right away. All right. When you drink this potion, you regenerate lost hit points for 1 hour. At the start of your turn, you regain 5 hit points. If you take acid damage or fire damage, the potion doesn't function at the start of your next turn. If you lose a limb, you can reattach it by holding it in place for 1 minute. For the duration, you can die. You can die from damage only by being reduced to 0 hit points and not regenerating on your turn.
It was acid or fire damage.
Yep, same as trolls.
Not useful for the fire giants. Probably.
But potentially useful in other fights. That's very powerful.
Yeah, for sure.
I think if Kevhorn has it. I think Kevhorn or Kelborn, whichever, like, you guys keep that. That's way more important for you guys to have on front lines.
You best believe I'm gonna forget about it.
I'll remember, Kyle, and I'll remind you. Or if one of us gets a limb lopped off, we'll then just drink the potion and then stick the limb back on.
And then use the old limb as a shield.
Oh. We can use it as bait if we
go fishing.
Yeah. Any other housekeeping before you fully rest for the eve and wake up in the morn? Left over Kelborn's pie.
So Kelborn pretty much will spend the rest of the time like doing what he can for his mother, cleaning the house. He definitely does fill her in like on all the like the flowers he was thinking for the wedding and all the stuff that we've been talking about. You know, all the stuff that everybody else keeps telling me, like you really should talk to your fiance about these things.
Well, talking to your mom is at least a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does give her inputs, but also reciprocates that thought of maybe ask your fiance for this stuff.
Everyone keeps saying that. I don't understand.
Well, it's very much her day as much as it is yours, so. But yeah, you all wake up in the morning fully healed from your day of walking around the town and throwing rocks at rocks. And you get your spells back to use, more importantly for Siegfried.
Okay.
And the day is yours.
Up and at 'em. Take off on our griffins.
Yeah, you say goodbye to your mother, Kelborn.
Love you, Ma.
I love you too, son. Yeah, that's the thing in Greenus.
No, I just took that personally as Baka telling me he loved me.
Oh.
So.
You mount your griffins and start taking off to the northeast, as the kids say, towards the Storm Horn. Let's see how much of a travel you guys have, and also not this music anymore. It's been so long, I don't remember what your travel music is. Sure, this one. 15 feet. That's gonna take less than a day then.
So quick.
It'll, like, if you just went through the day, you can make it to the foothills of the Stormhorns by nightfall. But if you want to be in the Stormhorns at night, that's up to you.
I feel like that's okay.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any, like... We don't know anything. I feel like this is the location we know the least about going into it.
I'm
Shockingly,
fine. At night, I'll be hard to see because of air rules. Isn't air rule all black?
I think yours was the darkest griffin, yeah. Brr.
Yeah, you eat your daily supplement.
How many animals do we have again at this point? Like,
Well, you got the baby owlbear, you
Right.
got 4 griffins, you got Finks, who isn't actually well.
don't we all
an
have a
animal.
pet? What was Siegfried's pet? He had a pet recently.
Siegfried and a mouse, right?
I got a mouse.
Mouse, that's what it was. Yeah.
Suffer Mouse, brother Suffer Mouse.
Yeah, brother suffer.
Yep.
Which Benjamin's animal? Oh, right, the
Huey.
Huey.
Huey, the demonic shape-shifting familiar.
I'm
Oh, hey.
I've been pecking eyes out of rabbits.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
I don't even eat them.
Yeah, we've talked about this. You can't actually eat. They just kind of roll around inside of you for a while.
Yeah, no, I just peck their eyes out and let them go on their way.
Yeah, that's not great.
You're a monster.
What do you want from me? I was made this way
Don't get any ideas.
by Benjamin. Not really. He summons me. On the road again, huh?
Yep. I
Alright.
will both to get him away from us and so that we can potentially get an idea of anything that's in front of us. I will have Huey scouting out in front of us a ways, just reporting if he sees anything that looks dangerous.
Yeah, have him do a Percepi.
Whoa, Percepi.
Percepiton.
Okay.
Comfortable.
Huey isn't great at this. Oh, Huey got a natural 1. He doesn't see anything.
Oh, yeah, no, it's clear flying from here to dawn.
Cool.
Yeah, you take the whole day flying, driving your griffins hard, and as the sun begins to go down, you see the foothills below you of the Stormhorn. These a long mountain range. You kind of crossed over the Sunset Mountains, which were smaller, but the Stormhorns seem to raise up a lot higher, with taller peaks, and to the point where they're almost into the clouds and getting some cloud cover on the peaks of them.
What is there any kind of check? Would it make sense for like fire giants to live in volcanoes, or like do we see any volcanic activity here?
Do I'm gonna say history.
Ooh, that's a 22.
A 22. So from general readings you've done, the Stormhorn doesn't have any active volcanoes. Like nothing that's erupted within the past century or so. But you don't know what lies deep beneath the mountains. So you could assume that fire giants would be living somewhere where there would be a lot of heat, more likely magma basins underneath the mountains themselves. It probably would be somewhere where it's not going to be active, so it's not erupting and causing problems in their whatever society that they have going on under there. I mean, some fire giant civilizations do live in those kind of things, but it's not unheard of that they wouldn't live in a non-active area. As far as finding that's going to be a different story.
Yeah. Okay.
I know this may be out of range, but I'll try it anyway. The halos around Siegfried's head begin to rotate just a little bit quicker and the eyes begin to glow. I'm casting Locate Creature because we did see the fire giant. So since it's familiar to me, it's only 1,000 feet though.
Yeah, only 1,000 feet and things block it, right? This is just mostly for myself. Running water at least 10 feet wide blocks the direct path. Is it only running water?
And running water, yeah.
Oh well. Well, yeah, no, you don't see anything within 1,000 feet of you.
I can't detect them, unfortunately.
Right. Well, perhaps if we get on the ground, I can... If they've been out and about, I might be able to track them. See if I can find some sort of footprints or the like. See if we can find an entrance somewhere.
Yeah, tomorrow we should probably scout out tomorrow, see if we can find an entrance, and then perhaps wait another night, depending on how long it takes us to find an entrance before we start heading in, so that we aren't going. We'll see what time we find an entrance, if we find an entrance tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, are you planning on camping in the foothills or up in the mountains themselves?
I feel like it's better to camp in the foothills than the mountains. Me, the player, fears a whole Hobbit situation where we camp like on their front door and then we're captured in the middle of the night.
Down the Goblin Town.
We could like camp in the woods just over the mountains or something, maybe.
Yeah, the middle of that lake right there.
I don't know about the lake.
We'll just get some rafts and just...
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how far we can fly in a day, because we'd have to go over the mountains then.
Yeah, I guess.
I assumed we were going to be like camping somewhere down here-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an actual town. Whatever the fuck.
Proskur?
Proskur? I don't know what it is.
I mean, perhaps I can find a cave entrance, like a small cave that we could stay in, so that we're less likely to be seen.
Yes, that would be great. So we're out of easy eye shot of everything else here.
Do you want me to roll some sort of survival or something?
Yeah, let's do survival. You can do the advantage.
Oh, with advantage, good, because I rolled a 4. 17.
17? Yeah, between Huey and all four of you kind of flying lower to the ground looking for a cave, you do spot a small opening in the rock face of the mountain, not too high up, that you could easily get into.
That looks good, right there.
Sounds good. And actually, what I'm going to do,
Factually.
as we kind of get settled inside of it, I'm going to cast hallucinatory terrain over the entrance of the cave so that it looks like it is just a continuation of the rock face, so that from the outside, no one would be able to see that there's a cave here.
Nice. Yeah, you cover up the front of it. Inside, you see, like most caves, or all caves, I should say, naturally formed. It does like narrow as it goes further back and almost becomes like a tunnel, almost the size of a what's the size? Softball. Going back into the mountain. So very small tunnel going at the back of the cave. But
can I feel my hand up against there and see if I feel any heat coming through?
Yeah, give me we'll do a perception.
24.
I'll say with a 24, it's very, very faint, but there is like a very slight heat.
Well, yeah, there's definitely some sort of heat, some sort of heating source deeper in. I can feel it, just ever so faintly, in the back of the cave here.
I'm gonna have Huey turn into his nasty rat form, and I'm gonna send him down that tunnel to see, like, does it eventually just end, or like until it gets to a point that it's either too small or something interesting happens.
How far you want me to go?
I'm gonna switch into his vision, and I'll just say, I'll let you know when to stop.
Okay.
Skitter. While he was doing that, you guys are setting up. Anything pressing you need to talk about, or are we just waiting for Huey?
I'm blind and deaf while I'm in Huey's eyes, so if you guys need me, shake me.
Definitely like saying a lot of really deep, profound things to Benjamin, assuming he's taking it all in.
I have nothing pressing. Huey goes for about 20 minutes until he hits like a crack. Like it becomes almost just a crack in the wall. It closes up.
Okay.
And
It's pretty warm here, but I can't keep going.
Okay. Good to know. And then I'll just recall him.
Just pictured him like getting smushed back through, like
he just chunks through.
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly, Huey felt that it was getting warmer, so these mountains are certainly active, but whether or not that's where the giants live, it's a good sign, though.
Hey.
It ended in, the tunnel just ended, though. It wasn't like it opened up into a magma chamber or something like that.
Well, that's good. Hopefully that means nothing sneaking up behind us through there tonight.
Hopefully. It went, Huey was going for quite a while, so seems to be just mostly natural.
Let me see. Is there a rock anywhere?
There's some outside. Everything in here seems to be fused to the surface it's on.
Yeah, in my memory, was it like far away outside, or is it like right outside the door? Cave entrance.
If I recall from Dragon of Icespire Peak, there are no rocks on mountains, though, so... little joke. Yeah, no, it's not far from the entrance.
Okay, I just kind of sneak out and grab one. Come back in. I throw it at a stalactite. Oh, almost, no. And then I go pick it up, and then I shove it in the hole. Just for extra safety.
You put it in. It doesn't. The stalactite doesn't crack.
No, not the stalactite. The rock I grabbed from outside.
Yeah. No, I meant like when you threw it at the stalactite,
gotcha.
it didn't crack. But yeah, do we want watches here, or do we want just a community chat, or what do we want from this sleep?
I think watches, just to be sure.
Okay.
Although we should be fairly protected. If anything tries to see through the illusion, it has to do an intelligence check against my spell save DC. If anything is going to come against us in the night. But I think it would still be good to have watches.
Also, fair warning for anyone who wants to take a wee in the middle of the night. Don't do it outside, do it in that corner. Because I'm going to set up my hunting trap right here.
Oh, okay.
I said that like the cave entrance.
How big is this trap, and or how small is the entrance to this cave?
I mean, there's a chance that they go around it. It's just, I'm going to put it in the center. In hopes.
Spell save DC?
18.
Okay.
I was more asking of if I don't have to pee in a corner of the cave that we're sleeping in, I was going to avoid that.
It's all right. We're all comrades here. We're all...
It's not the peeing in front of you, it's peeing in the cave that we're all sleeping in.
Okay, well,
there's nowhere for the pee to go. It's just gonna sit there.
Take the rock out of the hole, pee into the hole, put the rock back.
I feel like that's not going to help the situation. There's still then pee in the cave. The issue is I don't want pee in the cave.
On the giants, think of it that way.
But it's closer to us than to the giants.
You have to admit it's better than peeing in the corner.
It's not by much.
Okay. I can take the hunting trap back. Just thought it might, give us a
I
little
think
bit.
the hunting trap is fine. I think there's enough space for us to walk around the hunting trap.
It.
Yeah, that was more of the point.
You get groggy, whatever.
Groggy? Is that drowsy and groggy at the same time?
Yeah, I invented that word. It's a bit like Kelborn pie.
Okay.
Who wants to take first watch? Kevhorn, all right. You kind of find a place to sit here in the cave while everybody else goes to sleep, has a little snooze. Huey goes inert. Finks is snoring. She's been drinking a lot today. Long trip. Give me perception.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Still early in the night. You do hear like wind moving some of the smaller sparse trees in the foothills. But outside of that, it seems to be calm outside and inside. Is there anything you wanted to do during your watch or just pass her on? All good. All right, who are you waking up?
Benjamin, because I feel like if I wake up Calborn, he's gonna pee in the corner.
Okay.
Kevhorn goes to sleep. Benjamin is awake. Huey kind of shakes a little bit.
I'm up.
Yeah. I got a 12 on my perception. Not as good.
A 12. Is there anything you would like to do?
I don't think so. Unless there's... We don't know what the mirror does, I don't think. That Kelborn has. That would be the only thing, is if Kelborn would like me to take a look at that.
Right, that thing I have.
Would you allow him to look at it, or are you sleeping with it?
Oh, precious. No, go ahead.
All right. You can do an Arcana check on the mirror.
I got another 18 on it. Rolling surprisingly well on those.
Yes. You do see it requires attunement. It looks like a standard mirror, but you could tell that this mirror isn't like, it doesn't seem like it belongs here, if that makes sense. Like, you just get a suspicion that it doesn't belong here, and it seems to be connected to somewhere else.
Like a different plane type of situation?
Yes, I'll say because of your planar travels, you can tell that this is probably from a different plane. And it's bound to that plane. In fact, is there something I could use for this?
This is what I was gonna give as a wedding gift, isn't it?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to give away everything as wedding gifts.
Originally I was going for the crown, and we did, I sent the crown to the face somewhere, hopefully. But then, I think the mirror was now the backup.
I fully didn't remember that. That's probably why we didn't have anything, because you're like, well, this is just a wedding gift.
I'm gonna say there is a symbol at on the top part of the mirror, like where the mirror curves at the top, like the filigree around it. There is a symbol of, it's very small, and it's not like easy to see because it's mixed in with other things. But there is like an eye that has like a drop of some kind of liquid coming out of it.
Suspicious. Okay. I think Benjamin sees the mirror, is like, okay, that's interesting, and then sees the eye with the whatever dripping out of it, and is like, okay, we're gonna set that mirror aside. That's more than what I was looking for. Yeah, that would be it then.
Okay. I will say, as you're setting the mirror down, right as it's touching the surface of the cave floor, from outside, you just hear a scream rip through the night. Sounds very animalistic in nature, not like a human screaming, but it rings through the rock face, and echoes across the foothills below you.
Can I have Huey turn invisible and just poke his head out to see if he can see anything?
I might step in the bear trap.
Well, you can fly because you're a bird now.
All right.
So, or I make him turn into a bird so that he can fly.
You are already a bird. Do a perception check for Huey.
Oh, Huey got a 19.
19. I'll say, even with a 19, whatever this was that did that is too far away for Huey to see. So it's not close, but something's out there.
But it's close enough that we could hear its call. It's just not immediately next to us.
Yes.
It's a Wendigo.
Okay. Spooky. Lots of spooky things happening. Lots of fun. I just have Huey come back in and just hope. I'm I hope that thing's not smart enough to see through the illusion.
If I have to pee, where do I go?
You don't pee.
I can't
You
move
don't
the rock.
pee.
But what
You
if I
don't-
did?
Well, you can turn invisible, so you can just go outside and pee.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Okay. If you step on the bear trap, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you.
All right.
Who do you wake up?
I will wake up Kelborn. The mirror you're gonna give to your fiance is slightly spooky. We should maybe look into it a bit more before you give it away as a present.
Spooky in a cool way?
Well, and I point out the symbol of the eye. I'm I don't know if you think that's cool or
some
if you
people
think it's cool.
Are into, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
do you think it's dangerous? I mean, I don't want to give it to her if it's gonna, I mean, I would love her even if she were very ugly, but what if it steals her beauty?
That's an interesting thing to say. Interesting thing to say if you don't care about beauty. I don't know. You do have to attune to it, so as long as she doesn't attune to it, probably fine. But I also don't know what it does, so.
All right, so we should probably figure that out before I give it to her.
Yeah,
Not because
probably
I
good
would
call.
care, again, but because I don't think she would be very happy about it.
Definitely don't care. Yep. I go to bed.
All right, Kelborn, do your perception check.
Okay.
Oh, there was a big spooky creature that called out in the night. It might be hunting in the area.
Oh, that's
Look out
good
for
to
it.
know. Thank you. That's a 17.
17. Is there anything you would like to do during this?
No, I just contemplate how lucky I am to have run into Siegfried and, all get my mom healed and just kind of thinking about how, how excited I am for her to be at the wedding and stuff like that. Just probably slightly distracting myself.
And you're just staring at Siegfried in this dark cave. He kind of has himself propped up so the rings can do their rotations while he sleeps.
Oh, I guess the only other thing I would do is investigate the mirror myself too.
Alright, give me an Arcana.
I don't want to give that to her and bad things happen. Arcana. So that's an 11.
11. Yeah, like you look at the eye. It's hard to tell with an etching what would be coming out of the eye. Otherwise, it's got like very intricate designs, almost like some of it looks like flame, maybe, or maybe vine. It's very like vague as to what the other stuff is, but without attuning to it, you wouldn't know anything else past that.
Can
what it looks like.
I guess I don't know that. I wouldn't be able to know this. Do I know if oh my god, Huey can attune to things?
I don't think Huey can. I don't think he's
if
smart enough.
How does attuning need to be very purposeful?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't just.
I'm kind of thinking about slipping into Kevhorn's hand and just seeing what happens.
Tunes it while you sleep.
Yeah.
I think Kevhorn might be full on attunement slots.
Sure.
Oh, I don't know how much attunement you had.
Dang, dude, this is rough. I don't want to steal my beauty either.
I don't want to steal my beauty either.
If Huey can attune items, that opens up a whole can of worms that I don't think Baka wants to happen anyways.
Right. You know what? I'm thinking in my head, I guess. I can have Siegfried, like, detect magic or detect curse or something on this at some point. I don't have to risk it.
All right.
So yeah, I guess I just think about the wedding and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're kind of like turning the mirror over in your hands to see if there's anything on the back or anything. While you're doing so, you do hear like pebbles falling down the side of the mountain face outside.
Okay, I go investigate. I'll take the bait.
Do you just like poke your head outside or what?
That's what I start with for sure. I poke my head out.
Give me a perception.
Oh, that's pretty good. 22.
Ooh, 22. You do see like a larger feline presence higher up the mountainside, like move behind some rocks.
A feline, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just go back in. Doesn't sound interesting enough to me. I mean, like a freaking mountain lion, who cares?
Anything else from you?
Nope.
All right. I assume you wake up Siegfried.
Yep, I wake up Sieg and I say, there's a cougar and not the good kind outside.
It's
Aren't
canonical that in
getting
Faerun
married?
describe older women.
You're getting married, Kelborn.
No, does that mean I can't call them? Okay. I have no interest. I have no interest.
I would love her even if she was ugly.
But I mean, it could be nice if you found yourself a lady, right? I'm just warning you that the one out there is not a woman. That is a mountain lion.
Well, you see, the problem is that I'm a man of the cloth, and we're not one for marriage.
Yeah, I understand. I almost didn't until you finished your sentence, and I almost interrupted and said, does that mean you have to keep them on? But now I understand what you're saying.
I think you need to get some rest, Kelborn.
Okay. I will. Anyways, good night.
Siegfried, give me a perception.
Uh, 14.
14. Anything you want to do during this watch?
He'll keep up with his normal prayers, of course. He is just going to kind of look over this Rubik's Cube looking thing.
I also before I actually fall asleep, I'm holding the mirror up. Oh, I almost forgot. Can you check if this is cursed?
Sure.
Thank you. Love you.
I'll go over, grab the mirror.
Let me know in the morning what you find out.
Okay. I guess I'll try to see if it's cursed. Do I have to attune to it?
Don't
to see if it
attune.
is?
Whatever you do, don't attune to it, because then you could become ugly, and you're pretty handsome now, with all those eyes, and it's a very beautiful aura that you're giving off. I wouldn't want that to be sapped away from you.
Right.
You do an Arcana check to see generally if it's cursed or not.
5.
5. Ganto.
Is there really no spell in 5e to detect a curse? Really? Wow. Crazy.
You can remove it, but you can't detect it unless it's there.
Not until you're tuned.
The other thing Siegfried is going to try to do throughout the night, thinking back on what Kefhorn had said about how he sees, he's going to try to like manipulate the eyes. Can he like make them blink or shut? Or are they kind of acting on their own?
Do a Constitution check.
8.
An 8. Like you almost get one to move the way you want it to. Like you almost get one to shut on its own, but then it like looks up at you. It seems like it's possible, but it would take some practice. Like learning to walk. And eventually you'll be able to control your own body, but at this point you're just going to be falling over.
Okay.
But they do seem to be like actively working. Like you said, you can see people's souls, but it's not like you can see behind you right now. You're aware that you would be able to, but as of right now you can't.
Okay. And I think that's really about it. Just thinking about the day and what his mother had said about stopping the rest of this illness going around.
Yeah, you're just kind of hanging out, thinking about what apparently your purpose is for being created, what that means for you. When you hear a scream from outside, as if it's a scream of pain, not a human scream of pain, a very animalistic one.
Am I able to see what kind of animal it was?
Do a nature check. If you're just trying to like determine from the noise.
Yeah, I'm really just trying to see if I can determine what it is. It's just a 9.
9. You're a man of the cloth. You haven't spent much time out in the wilderness hearing animals be injured.
I guess he'll peek outside to see if he sees anything.
Give me a perception. Do you have dark vision at this point? Oh yeah, you always have. Never mind.
Yeah. That's a nat 20 for 24.
Nat 20. With a nat 20, you see off in the distance as the sun is starting to get to the point where the sky is turning, but you don't actually see the sun yet. You do see a large creature flying, holding what seems to be a large feline in its talons, And as it's trying to fly like higher up the mountain, other large flying creatures are like ripping at the feline as it's trying to carry it higher up the mountain.
Yes, the circle of life. Both a beautiful and very disturbing thing. And I'll just go back inside the cave.
As you do. And morning comes and everybody begins to awaken.
Sorry, Kelborn, I wasn't able to determine if there were any curses on this mirror.
Oh, bummer. Hey, Kev Horn.
But
Just kidding.
if you want to attune to it, I can remove any curses that appear.
If I
Give me the mirror.
was to become ugly, would you be able to fix that?
I mean, you already. I'm joking. I'm just. Give me the mirror.
No,
I'll change it.
before. Yeah, I mean, we're about to go into potential very dangerous situation. As much as I want to know what it does, maybe we can all just look at the symbol on the back and see if we recognize it from anywhere first. Starts baby steps.
Okay.
Does anyone
Are you
recognize
gonna hand me the mirror to look at the symbol?
this symbol?
Okay.
If-
I can
if you-
summon another Kelborn.
If you take it, you can take it. You know what I mean?
I take it. First, do I even recognize it?
Recognize the symbol.
Yeah.
Give me Arcana.
Five.
You don't know.
Yeah, I'll try a tune.
We have things to do today.
While we're walking, I can attune, right? Or flying. I mean, are we flying up there or walking?
We're absolutely flying. This is a huge ass mountain range.
Wait, I'm confused. We're flying to where exactly?
To scout?
But I just feel like wouldn't the entrance to somewhere be closer to the base?
I mean, even if we are flying low, we can still cover a lot more ground if we're flying. This is
True.
an enormous mountain range that we're in. It would take us days, weeks to cover it all by foot.
Hmm.
I will say we should be careful. I saw a feline getting picked up, and
Oh,
it was quite gruesome
not the
by some
cougar.
other flying creatures.
Did you get a good visual on what the creatures look like, the flying ones?
What I have known based on what I saw.
I think with a nat 20, you would have seen large enough birds to carry what seemed to be like a mountain lion-sized creature. It didn't look like they had, like, you could kind of make out the head, and they almost seemed too long for a bird, if that makes sense, like not beaked. But you could also see antlers.
It wasn't really something that I've recognized. Long beaks, antlers. Not entirely sure.
Alright, so I don't know if we don't know what they are. I can't say for sure that they're only night predators, but if we're out there flying our birds around, there's a chance we might get into a scuffle with other flying things.
Yes. I mean, it sounds like we'd be in danger of that if we were on the ground, too, if it was attacking a cat.
True. I just am saying, you know, we know they're in the area, so let's...
Yes,
Be careful.
certainly be on. Yep. Of course. If we need to, and we can make our way back here tonight, this cave will remain disguised for 24 hours. The spell does last that long, so if necessary, we can come back here or find a new cave if we have not. I don't know how long it's going to take us to search mountains. So, like, I don't know if it's feasible to come back to this cave or if we'll just have to find a new one. If we cannot find an entrance today.
All right. Now, I will say, California, if you want to attune it, you have to sit down with it for an hour. You can't be traveling with it.
Dang it.
It takes your full attention to do that.
What? Can't fly in a tune?
No.
Yeah, if nothing else you want to do for the morning, you can start getting your griffins ready for flight off into the storm horns. And you begin. How are you going to go about looking for a way to find the fire giants?
I mean, I think Benjamin's strategy at least is like a fairly basic one to start with. Like regardless of what other people are going to be doing as well, of just like, well, if they have anything on the surface, it has to be like big enough for them to get in and out of. So it's looking for either like large cave entrances or even, which would probably be harder to see, he may not be able to pick up on it, but looking for like things that could be disguised doors. Again, like things that look like a giant could be hiding something behind, or like something giant sized. Probably mostly looking for large cave entrances and then hidden doors, but that's probably going to be pretty hard to see.
Right. What are other people doing?
If we do catch up with anything, whether it's footprints or whatever, I would want to use locate creature to see if they are at least close enough within the vicinity. Maybe I could pick up on something else as well.
Yep. Any other ideas from anybody else?
So this is the thing. My memory does not serve me well. But so on my character sheet since day one, I've had that mountains are my favorite terrain, but I'm pretty sure at some point
We
made
changed
it
the plains.
canon that it was plains because some stupid reason there's just no plains in D&D.
Through the flowers, yeah.
So I don't think it matters. But I have this one ability that I can search for like celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, undead, dragons, and I feel like elementals, could be in the area, but it's only up to a mile. So yeah, it's not super helpful. If it was my favorite terrain, it would go 6 miles, and I feel like that's a little more helpful.
How long does it last?
It's a minute per spell level, so it's like not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not super helpful in this situation.
Yeah, that could be something though. If we find something that looks possible, like between locate creature and that, see if there's some sort of activity.
I guess what I said yesterday was that I'll look for tracks, maybe like signs that like giants were like sharpening something, or like, I don't know, picking at the stone with a pickaxe or something. I don't know, like looking for signs of giants just using survival stuffs. Which giants are my favorite enemy, so I don't know if that gives me anything, but
I don't know. That's why I never use favorite enemy.
I can look.
I would be looking for foot traffic. I don't know.
Okay. Let's see, it might just give you like a bonus to damage against that specific.
You have advantage on survival checks to track your favored enemies.
Oh, there you go. So that would mean a perception check from Benjamin. You do advantage with Huey. A survival check with advantage for Kelborn, and then just a flat survival check from Kevhorn. And it seems like Siegfried's check comes in later, or a spell.
I only got a 15 on my perception check.
I got a 10 on my survival. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Ooh.
I got a nat 20 for a 24.
Hey!
Ooh, hot diggity damn. Well, Kevhorn, I was gonna be giving you something else, but since you got the nat 20, you're kind of scouring the mountains, and there comes a point, like, say late afternoon, you see an area where a lot of these spires get a lot like more clustered and create kind of a secluded space in between them, and you see a very large iron door built into the mountainside.
Just all of us missed this.
Whoa.
It's only because of how like it's tucked back in between a lot of spires. It's not just like on the side of the mountain. So it's hard to see even from an aerial view, but Kevhorn was able to notice like a glint of it in the sun when it's high in the air from the sun.
I will see the spores that I almost forgot we had. Hey, if you would look to the left, you could see a shiny door. Is it shiny? Well, not a metal door.
That certainly seems like what we're looking for. We should approach with caution. They may have scouts or lookouts near this entrance.
So, are we planning to sneak in through the main entrance?
I don't know if this is the main entrance.
I would say with the nat 20 and also it being Kelborn's favored foe and favorite enemy, there does seem to be a lot of like, there seems to be like a worn path outside this door.
Okay.
As if it's used often. How often, you're not sure.
Now, are we planning to have some sort of ruse, like you usually, Benjamin, do the talking that, you know, gets us into places like this?
I can certainly try. I haven't thought of a ruse.
Although, do you think they're still pretty mad that we stopped them from getting the anvil?
I mean, probably. I don't know if it's have our faces posted at the door mad. But I also don't know. I wasn't thinking of a ruse. I don't have a ruse.
Right.
What would be a good ruse to get us in the door? I don't know if they do much trading with the outside. It feels like they're pretty secluded.
Perhaps we do offer a trade. You know, like say, like, I mean, we want to talk to you later. Perhaps we can make some sort of arrangement for the anvil of Udingold. Get us in the door.
What I'm worried about is if we, similar to what almost happened with the Cloud Giants, if we get in on a ruse this time, and then we are surrounded by fire giants, when the ruse breaks, we are then surrounded by fire giants deep in their fortress. We have to get deep into the fortress regardless. I don't know, it feels like we aren't going to have quick escapes from here, so I'm just nervous about how we're going to be getting in and out.
Yes. Perhaps if we were to sneak in, you could find yourself in the same situation when we're eventually caught, surrounded in there.
Yes.
So either way, we might just be screwed. Go ahead, Siegfried. I'm sorry.
If worst comes to worst, I do have this cube.
Oh, we have the axe too. What's the cube do?
It would take us to another plane.
Oh.
Do we know which planes?
What are we flying? Are we flying Delta?
Unfortunately, it's Spirit.
Oh no. Okay.
I say we just knock. I say we just go in.
You know, I got some. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, my thing was stupid.
Now that we've seen the door, can I have Huey fly down and around to try and find like air shafts? Like if they're living in the mountains, it's possible that they have like air, like so that they get fresh air in the tunnels.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Come on, Huey. Natural 20.
Let's go.
Very nice. Huey doesn't see any immediately by the door, but he does see like maybe like how far is Huey's? It's daytime, so Huey's sight is whatever, as long as the horizon. He does like see the air almost like say about 200 feet off of the door. There's some air that is
shimmering, like heat.
Yeah, like heat vapor is changing how the sky looks in that direction.
There might be air vents.
I'll say also, sorry, before you explain this, because this is an important part to this. With a natural 20, Huey also sees that area does have a lot of taller spires, and there are probably 6 large winged creatures with antlers perching on these spires, like amongst the spires, not at the top, but like amongst them in that space.
There is a possible air vent or like a chimney of some sort off in the distance. Like I'll point out the area. But Huey also saw 6 of those creatures that Siegfried saw last night. So we may have to fight the creatures to possibly use that. If it's even a way in, it might be too hot for us to even enter. But it's a way that isn't the front door.
Siegfried, you said that last night they were all ganging up on the kill. Perhaps we only have to draw them away. They'll all go.
It's possible, yeah.
Now, how is the question? Is anyone capable of summoning a creature of some sort that could be a meal for these?
None of the creatures I can summon look particularly appetizing. I have a zombie shark. I don't know if they'll...
Shark, dude.
I don't know if that will be the best meal to draw them off. We can certainly try, but...
Is it like a true fleshy shark, or is it like more spiritual or illusionary?
I've never touched it. I've never investigated it that hard. It was just kind of something that I was able to do and then never did anything beyond that. It's able to attack things, so it has enough of a corporeal form.
I could try to throw my voice. I've never tried it before, but...
I literally can do that with Huey.
So maybe make like a cougar noise.
Well, that's not what I'm good at, but I can certainly try. Kyle's enjoying some sort of private joke about what a cougar noise is.
You just say, "Hey, boys."
Oh man.
I mean, I can certainly try to draw them off with Huey, with some sort of a distraction. So perhaps we'll have less of them to fight. To at least see if this is a viable way in. Because I'm also worried about our mounts in all of this. Okay, I'll start sending Huey over invisibly.
Yeah, we'll see if I have a backup plan if this doesn't work.
How far are you putting Huey into their midst? Or where are you putting Huey?
I mean, I'm like getting Huey close, probably like 200 feet away, but like it doesn't matter. Like if we're on the, I want him to get on the opposite side of them, 200 feet away. So like whatever side we're on, then like wherever they are, 200 feet on the other side of that, to start like drawing them further away from us, from the direction we'll be coming in.
All right. Yeah, you send them over there.
I'm here.
And then I'm gonna try and make some sort of an animal noise through Huey.
Give me a performance check.
Okay. I mean, I'm not bad at these. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, whatever noise Benjamin makes, though maybe it's not recognizable to any of you as an animal, it's something that gets their attention. And as you look through Huey's eyes, you do see all 6 of them turn their head in that direction and spread their wings and start taking off, labored at first, getting their bodies up in the air, but begin flapping and screaming. It's not the same scream that you heard, Benjamin, that first time, but there is a terrible scream they make as they start making their hunt, head in that direction. I will say, before you come back from Huey also sees something else descend from the cloud cover that is at the top of these spires. A long reptilian head pokes down from the clouds covering the top of the spires, and climbing down the side of the spire you see, it's not a dragon, but it's very similar. You see the front, the wings have hands on them that it helps climb down. And you see as a wyvern pokes its head down from above the clouds to inspect to see what this noise was, but doesn't take off.
So we have I'm gonna have like Huey keep flying, and then like every little bit just like pop back into him and make the sound again to try and like keep drawing them off as much as possible. There's also a wyvern there that did not leave with all of the birds.
Okay. Did it seem like it was looking for us, or more interested in Huey?
Well, Huey's invisible. It seemed like it was more interested in anything that was happening below where it was hanging out. It's like just above the cloud cover of the mountains.
Mm-hmm. And also, at this point too, as you guys are like looking in that direction to verify what just happened, you do see this large reptilian creature take wing and start following after these birds.
I say we go.
Yeah, we at least go to scout it out.
All right, you start flapping your way over there. Just trying to gun it over there, go as quick as you can, or?
Yeah, to at least get an idea of what this is before the creatures come back.
All right. You get closer. You do see like the the air vapors getting distorted by the heat coming out of this large crack in the mountains, and it does seem big enough to be able to enter. It's not like so hot it's gonna scald you or anything, but it does seem. Give me a perception check.
Everyone or just Benjamin? Sorry.
Everybody can.
16.
24.
Also 16.
12.
So we had two 16s and a 24 and a 12.
Yeah.
Kevhorn, your vision's like it's getting distorted with this heat. Like it's hard to tell a good space like enter or anything. The rest of you is like, yeah, there's a good spot to land here, or we can even bring all the griffins in if we really wanted to. But the thing that stands out the most to Kevhorn is as you're looking around, you take a minute to glance up to where the wyvern and the what you would know as prytons had taken off, and you see two more things descending from the clouds along the spires as two reptilian heads come from either side of you as these wyverns crawl down the side of the spires, ready to engage with you in an aerial attack. And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Ooh.
So thank you so much for joining us today. Next time, our group will have to deal with some wyverns. There is an entrance for them to blow, but they'll be able to make it before they get captured by a couple of wyverns. We'll find out next time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you have not liked and subscribed already, you should do so. And if you don't follow any of my players, if they do have ways to be followed socially, be sure to do that as well. Otherwise, we will see you guys next time. Let's keep making stories together.